You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, one of your favorite content creators. Go by the name of Lady Mocha, or you can simply call me Mocha. Welcome to Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Appreciate y'all for coming in, being supportive, still riding with me. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Hoping eventually I get to 3,000 and subscribers. I'm knocking on that door, but I haven't quite hit it yet. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and join the family. Follow my members. I appreciate the support. Thank you for still tithing into the congregation, faithfully submitting your $3 once a month. I so appreciate y'all. Those of you who cannot donate but still be coming in, still be showing love, still be rocking with me, still being solid, I appreciate you as well. So if y'all already don't know by now, I do network with a cable company. So if you are tired of paying your current cable provider, if your cable bill is $200, $300 a month, stop paying them all of that money. I am currently employed with a cable company whom has a much better package. You can get over 10,000 live stream channels for only $40 a month. And $40 a month includes up to 2 lines, 2 TVs. The catch is you're going to have to get 2 Fire Sticks. Okay? So you will have to email me. My email is on the thumb. PayPal. I'm sorry. My email is... No, it's not on the thumb. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the comment section, y'all. So if you're interested in getting cable, all right, let me know so I can send you those Fire Sticks. They'll already be loaded. You don't have to do nothing but plug it in. There is going to be a shipping fee involved if you're going to get 2 Fire Sticks, 65 each. Well, actually, I'll do it for 60 each. If you get a third, I will take $10 off the third. So I am willing to work with you. So the way that it works, you got to get 3 Fire Sticks if you want to watch it on 3 different TVs. For instance, you might want one in your bedroom, your living room, and you may want one for the kids. That's the way that it goes. It goes by lines, not by packages. So it don't matter how many lines you get, you're going to get 10,000 channels. Okay, over 8,000 live stream channels. I got all the stars, all the HBOs, OWN, VH1, everything you possibly get from your local cable provider, except you're going to be paying less. $40 a month. You can't beat that. And that's for 2 lines just starting off. Some people start off and they just get 2 lines, and then if they like it, then they'll add on to get 3 and 4. So you can't get no better than that. No late fees, no ridiculous surcharges, just straight up $40 every month. That's it. No surprises. I don't care if you've been with me 3 years, your bill is going to be $40 for 3 years. Only way the bill will go up is if you become a new customer and you so happen to decide to sign up with me when my price goes up. But whatever price I quote you when you first sign up, that's it. No surprises. I have some people that are still paying only $25 or $30 a month because when I was started selling cable or whatever, that was my price at that time. And even though they've been with me 3-4 years and it's going up to 40, I still bill them what I told them I billed them. So it ain't gonna be no surprises, no, oh, how you going up? No, whatever I quote you when we discuss it, that will always be your bill. Right now it's 40. Okay, you need to get the Fire Sticks from me. Okay, I used to just sell an app. I don't do that no more because the problem is people got raggedy Fire Sticks, and when I get on the app, they want to blame my app for the reason their fire stick is not working when the fire stick is old and raggedy. So to eliminate that, you just got to get new fire sticks from me, okay? That eliminates all of the bull and the craziness, all right? So let's get into it. And don't forget, y'all, I make tumblers, t-shirts. Christmas is coming up. Put in your orders early and I got you, okay? So let's get into this. I got a bunch of, y'all know I got to put in my little free advertisement. I can't afford to pay for no big time marketing, so I got to do it on my channel. So let's get into this, y'all. I wanted to really go more into really talking about this sermon PDF pandering. Y'all know YouTube is very funny when you use certain words, so I put PDF file instead of, you know, the other words, the pedal, and you know the rest. So I'll just say PDF file, okay? Certain words, choice of words could hinder your content from getting ads, revenue ads, you feel me? So you got to be very careful how you use your choice of words. So I want to get into this situation with Kirk and Rashida. I talked about it on my last content, and you know, a lot of people have, if you haven't seen it, I talked about why broken women create broken homes, and basically women who have low confidence, have low self-esteem, they can only find confidence through, you know, getting involved with married men, making themselves available to be a crash dummy to the married man that's already having commitment issues with his marriage and his wife. And I've said this several times, as much as we want to go in and keep punching the wives, nobody wants to punch the side chicks. Everybody is so happy that the side chicks are exposing these married men, and meanwhile they are not holding the heat to these side chicks. Everybody's mad at Rashida. Everybody's mad at, you know, any woman who they feel, you know, is taking and accepting and tolerating more than what other women feel she should. But ironically, everybody is having empathy and sympathy for Jasmine, because Jasmine put out all of these receipts. So everybody's empathizing and sympathizing with Jasmine. Everybody understands her pain. Everybody is so glad that Jasmine is pulling out all these receipts. And meanwhile, nobody's holding a hammer to Jasmine. Like, I mean, yes, Kirk deserves all of the ridicule, all of the heat, all the smoke. I will never, ever in my mind or ever make anybody you know, take it easy on Kirk. Like, we should spare him. We should, you know, let bygones be bygones. No, he was the married candidate, okay? So the fact that he opened the door, that is what gave Jasmine access to intervene in the marriage. Kirk allowed that. And because he did not respect his vows, he did not respect his marriage, like he said it in the on the show. All women in America hate me. I'm America's most hated man right now. And I totally agree with that. But what I don't agree with is everybody keeps attacking Rashida. And my thing is, brother, if you one of those strong women, you got your standards as to what you're not going to take, what you're not going to tolerate, what you're not going to accept. Every woman has her tolerance level of what's too much and her breaking point, right? But again, Rashida did nothing wrong, other than from what everybody's saying, she keeps staying with his trifling ass, okay? But the fault as to why all of this happened in the first place is between Kirk and Jasmine. They created this. They both were disrespectful with Rashida. Y'all can want to deflect and, you know, because let's just face it, a lot of married women out here always catch heat for the actions that their husbands do willingly on their own. And it doesn't matter if you're a good wife, if you're a bad wife, or whatever the case is. If a man wants to step out and cheat, he's going to do that. And in this instances, most of the time, it's their own personal problem. It's something with them where they feel they have to seek extra validation. It's the lack of self-esteem thereof. And my thing is, everybody wants to keep going in on Rashida having low self-esteem, but let me tell you who really has low self-esteem here, okay? Kirk. Kirk has low self-esteem. And Jasmine. And I'm going to tell you why. Kirk has everything a married man should be proud of having. Okay, he has a beautiful, stunning wife. That's a bad boss chick. The woman is smart. She's amazing with her business, business ideas. She is just the bomb in that. And she's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, Kirk should be privileged that Rashida even wants to be seen with his ass in public. That she even chose him. And we're going to talk about it later, but in actuality, he chose her, and we're going to get into that, right? So just hold your horses. We're going to get there, right? So the fact that he has a beautiful woman that's very business minded, and they have beautiful children together. The fact that she has stood by him through all of his fuckboy shenanigans, it really proves that Kirk has a lot of issues. He has more issues than Sports Illustrated magazines, okay? Something mentally is wrong with him. Something spiritually is wrong with him. Kirk is internally deprived of something. And I don't say this for sympathy and for empathy and for us to have compassion and care, but whenever a man steps outside of his family, it's already something internally wrong with him, okay? And the fact that as a side chick, you are willing to put your life in the hands of a married man who's already showing you he has blatant disrespect for his wife, because Jasmine cannot tell me she did not know what Kirk was or who he was before she decided to get pregnant from him. All of us who have been fans or fall in love in Hip Hop Atlanta, we know how Kirk gets down, okay? We've seen him in that jacuzzi. We know the man is a male Jezebel, okay? He has the spirit of the male Jezebel, right? I guarantee you, any woman that has any real dignity or real confidence, the moment Kirk even approaches them, it's like, dude, get your married, trifling, disrespectful ass out my face. I'm not interested in you or what you got. But a woman of low self-esteem, of immaturity, of lack of experience, and lack of wisdom, they will take the bait of a married man, okay? Even knowing that he's married, okay? Jasmine knew Kirk was married. Just like Kirk knew he was married, okay? So again, everybody wants to hold Rashida to the fire. Rashida is the wife. She's not the baby mama. She's not the roommate. And rather, if you see her as a weak woman for standing, for still being dedicated to him, or you see her as a strong woman for standing, whatever your perception of Rashida is, it does not negate the fact she is not the main one that everybody should be pointing fingers at, okay? Rashida did nothing wrong, but keep sparing this ungrateful husband of a man, Kirk, okay? If I had to blame her for anything, it would be that. He's been spared. He's exhausted all of his chances, okay? He's fumbled the ball too many times to keep giving him a pass. But that is not my marriage. Like I said, marriage is a whole nother category. That's a whole nother situation that nobody can just step in that box and figure they have all the answers. Only Kirk and Rashida, at the end of the day, they have to make that choice. But Jasmine, with everybody who's having a sympathy campaign for her, and they're so proud that Jasmine has all these receipts. Everybody is giving Jasmine the side chick of the year award because she has all these receipts. And they did the same thing with Ariana Air Mattress and Martell. Everybody gave Ariana Air Mattress a standing ovation. They were so glad she was blasting Martell, telling it all. They were so glad that she was disrespecting Mel. And I've gotten to the point to where I realize, we are in times in which everything that is right, people are going to make it wrong. And everything that is wrong, people are going to make it right. So let's get into the sermon, right? What's leading all? What is this leading all up to? The issue is that in many instances, when a woman takes and tolerates excessively too much disrespect, too many events of adultery, too many incidences of emotional and physical abuse. And I'm not saying if that's the case or not the case with any of these individuals that I'm going to mention. Everything I say in this content is alleged and based off of my own opinion. So this is just me giving content for my own entertainment and educational purposes only. This is my disclaimer. But in most instances, when a man chooses a woman during her youth, this gives him the advantage in having a longevity marriage in which he will be able to get away with a lot. And I'm going to keep going into it as the content goes on, right? So, when I said earlier that these men choose versus the woman chooses, because whenever an older man picks out a younger woman, he's way more experienced. He has more knowledge. So therefore, he uses his experience based off his age as a way to conquer or accomplish the affections of a younger woman. Because again, when you're young, you don't know all of what you need to know. And a lot of these men are smart at that. That's why they intentionally choose younger women. They don't want a woman their age that's going to be hip to the game, that's going to smell manipulation from a mile away. They don't want a full-grown woman that's going to call them out on a sugar honey iced tea. They don't want a grown woman that's going to give them rules and boundaries because she's been there, done that. She has a t-shirt. She knows better. She's going to put the hammer down right away. The moment that older woman even smells, he's thinking about smelling somebody else's for JJ. She's on his ass, okay? Like, where the hell are you going? No, you're not leaving this house X amount. But when you're young, you're so asphyxiated off of this older man having a desire for you that you do not pay attention to the red flags. So, while everybody wants to keep focusing on Rashida and Kirk, do y'all not know Rashida is not the first, and she will not be the last younger woman that has tolerated excessive disrespect throughout the duration of their marriage. It's a list of many, but this is what happens when you put your problems on public display and you decide to do a reality show. Now, as Funky Dineva did say, Rashida could be doing this as a money move. Hey, I'm already, I already been violated. I'm already in pain for what my husband has done, so I might as well capitalize off of it. It's not like somebody ain't gonna find out sooner than later anyway. Damage is already done. So guess what? On top of that, my storylines is dry, so we could actually capitalize off this situation. In order for us to be on the show a little longer and then still keep investing and making money, because Rashida is definitely about her coins, okay? That's why she got all these businesses. She got real estate. She got a restaurant, which me and my husband went to a couple of weeks ago, and the food was the bomb there. But anyway, it could have been a calculated money move. And that's one of the things that did make Rashida fall in love with Kirk, because Kirk has always been a money man. He loves to make money. And young women are drawn to money. Young women are drawn to men who make money, okay? So you have to understand, Rashida was 15, 16 when Kirk was in his middle 20s. He approached her with nice cars. He spent money on her. And contrary to what a lot of people don't want to believe, Kirk played a major part in Rashida's career. And I know a lot of people don't really consider her career. But he was the one who believed in her. You know, I know y'all look at Kirk right now as the ain't shit Kirk, and I get that. But before all of their business and personal issues has been exploited on the show, Kirk played a big part in Rashida's success. Okay, he signed her and her group members at the time. You probably don't remember the song "Shorty Swing My Way." Anyway, the female who does the rap lyrics in that song, she was actually in a group with Rashida and another young lady called the Capers. So Rashida met Kirk during that time when they was, when he was, doing music and stuff like that. So any young woman who meets an older man that's willing to invest in her dreams, and she said, hey, I want to be a rapper, okay, all right, we'll make it happen. I'm going to start my own record label. I'm going to help you to perform a group and help y'all to, go invest in you going into on tours, investing, into you being able to perform and do these shows and stuff like that. Kirk did a lot for Rashida when she was young. And the funny part is, to this day, he still does a lot. But the problem is the disrespect and the stepping outside of his marriage. Unfortunately, that is the part that everybody sees more than the good and the positive that he has invested into Rashida. Well, they have invested into each other. And again, I'm not saying this to deflect off of Kirk's behavior, because he does not get a pass on that, but to make y'all understand or give y'all a different perception. And as to Rashida, take so much crap off of this dude. But Kirk put a lot of money and a lot of time into her, or something a lot of guys her age was not going to do. Okay? Now, again, we know Kirk and Rashida because of the reality show. But what y'all don't know is these other couples, these other celebrities like Beyonce and Jay-Z. A lot of y'all have selective accountability. Y'all pick and choose who y'all want to hold accountable. It is many men in this industry that have shown they have PDF pandering, abilities. Okay? Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but y'all favorite celebrities who y'all worship and praise, like Beyonce. Jay-Z got with Beyonce when she was a child. Now, anybody who's been fans of these two for years, we know it. Okay? Alright? But where Beyonce and Jay-Z was smart is that they've always been very discreet. They did not do reality shows. They did not participate in any type of, businesses in which Jay-Z's and Beyonce's skeletons will leak out their closet. So like I said, a lot of the times the relationships that y'all praise and worship is only because they were smart enough not to let you know what goes on behind closed doors. Because if y'all think for a second that Jay-Z did not get up with Beyonce when she was a child, y'all are sadly mistaken. Jay-Z been smashing, and I'm going to say alleged to be cute and be nice. It's my opinion, right? Jay-Z been smashing B, y'all favorite R&B diva who y'all praise and worship and idolize. He been smashing that girl since she been about 16, 17, okay? Even had a miscarriage, allegedly, or we could nicely say it probably was really an AB because they did not want her career or her innocence tainted. Not only that, Jay did not want to have an R. Kelly situation on his hands, all right? Some couples are just smart enough at holding down their skeletons. Where Rashida and Kirk messed up at, it's not so much. I would say, yeah, Kirk cheating, yeah, that's a big part. But where they really messed up was opening up their marital issues to the world. Because if nobody knew what Kirk did, if nobody knew Kirk had a baby from on the outside, y'all would be praising and worshiping Kirk and Rashida the same way you do Beyonce and Jay-Z. Because y'all would have just been like, oh man, Rashida got all these businesses. Kirk got all these businesses. If y'all never knew nothing about that situation, y'all would have a different level of respect for Rashida. So this is why y'all have to look at things the opposite. See me, I look at things the opposite. Nobody can fool me. I don't worship none of these couples, these reality show people that seem like they have it together. Just because people don't put it out there, it does not mean that they don't have these same type of issues. You'll be surprised how many of these men and these women on these reality shows who you worship and you love and praise, if you really knew what was going on in their marriages, you would give them the same side eye that you give Kirk and Rashida. Jay-Z did the same thing Kirk did and still doing. He's just been more low-key and he's smart at not allowing his personal issues to hit the surface and be so transparent about it. But if you've been listening to Beyonce's songs, you would know Beyonce's been dealing with disrespect for years. And if you think Jay-Z don't have outside children, you are sadly mistaken, because he does. But when you are a smart businessman, you even know how to maintain your dirt to the point to where it does not taint your image, because you know your image is your brand. And see, the thing about Beyonce and Jay-Z is where they are smart, unlike a lot of these celebrity couples like Nicki Minaj getting with Kenneth Petty, the way everybody knows this man is a registered ex-offender and all of this other stuff. See, it taints the brand. Jay-Z being a street dude, coming from Brooklyn, Beyonce being a submissive woman she's always been trained to be since from a little girl, which is why her mother took a lot off of her father until all his skeletons came out. Beyonce learned to follow the lead of Jay-Z by being discreet, not speaking on their marital issues. She learned to follow the program that Jay-Z raised her upon. And this is what a lot of these older men do. They program younger women to be submissive to them. Nobody needs to know our business. Nobody needs to know what we do. Nobody. A lot of these older men become more like father figures than they do husbands, than they do fiancés or whatever. They groom you during your youth. Okay? Because a lot of these young women they weren't even young women. They were girls. They were girls. Tina Turner, Ike Turner, even though she was not a girl from my understanding, she was younger than him. She was like in her 20s and Ike got her by 5 years. So the fact, even if you're not underage, the fact that they are older than you, that gives them an advantage. Just like an older guy with an underage girl. It's the same thing. The only bad part is with the girl is past just having interest in younger women. You are actually a pedophile pandering. Okay? So, getting to this point, a lot of men are on the same level as Kirk. And I don't say this to scare women from marriage, deter women from marriage. Your journey don't have to be like everybody else's journey. And I'm so tired of women discouraging other women from marriage. That's why I'm happy being single. Well, you stay happy being single. Listen, ladies, if you really want somebody and you want to be loved and you want a husband someday, don't let these outsiders or these negative Nancy's, women who have already feel like failures, just accept not having anyone. If it's really in your heart and desire to want to be a wife one day, you continue to keep that mindset. Don't let the Kirk and Rashidas and Beyonce's and Jay-Z's discourage you. You're going to hear more and more and more about that. Because a lot of women who got to keep praising how happy they are to be single, they're really not. And in the same instance, women who claim to be so happy married, they're really not. So you have to do what's best for you. Okay? So, Jay-Z is no different than Kirk. Okay? He got outside children who he pays the mothers substantial amount of money for them to keep their mouth closed. Cause ain't no way in the world Jay-Z being the street dude he is, he ain't had no kids out there, okay? He ain't had no kids before Beyonce or kids with Beyonce, okay? So to make up for that, what he does is he makes sure he always acknowledges the children that him and Beyonce has together. That's his way of keeping Beyonce secure and keeping his marriage by not acknowledging the other children. So like I said, while y'all up here picking and choosing who y'all want to hold accountable, you just got some men that are quiet about how they neglect their responsibilities. Jay-Z is no better than Kirk. Kirk is just, his issue is it's out in the open. Okay? He ain't paid Jasmine off to keep her mouth closed. Okay? Jay-Z is just more wise. You got some men, they are more wise with how they cheat. You know, they know how to pay off their dirty deeds so they can cheat peacefully. So they can have outside children peacefully without it intervening in their marital home. Okay? Some men are just smart. They more wiser with their dirt. Now, are they better? No. Because they still cheaters. Jay-Z is a cheater. He is an adulterer. Okay? He's had numerous relationships. He's cheated on Beyonce multiple times. Solange did not just jump him in that damn elevator because she had too much Hennessy that night. She's witnessed her sister, Beyonce, get disrespected over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And Beyonce is one of those women, she has learned to be highly submissive and just learn to deal with her pain peacefully, discreetly. Okay? So, Beyonce is in the same boat as Rashida. But we ain't going to talk about that, though. Because you may be a Beehive fan, okay? Same thing with Ike and Tina. Tina dealt with Ike, having multiple relationships on her. And she tolerated it because, for one, Ike was wealthy. And he was a city slicker. He's from the city, right? So by him being older and from the city, that already gave him an advantage, okay? Tina Turner was younger and she was from the South, okay? Pretty much, let me tell you the funny part is, right? Y'all may have not thought about this, but I always felt like Tina Turner and Ike Turner's situation is very similar to Jay-Z and Beyonce. And I'm going to tell you why. Only differences was the age gaps, okay? Beyonce was a girl when Jay-Z started preying on her. And only difference was Tina Turner was a woman when Ike preyed on her, okay? Check out the similarities. Maybe y'all never thought about this. Tina Turner was a younger country bumpkin girl that came from the country, from the South, in which most Southern women are trained to be submissive and allow men to lead. Okay? Same thing with Beyonce. Beyonce is from Texas. That's why she has that country accent, which I can't stand, but that's another story. Beyonce is from Texas, from the South. She was raised in a household in which she's seen her mother be submissive to her father, Matthew, throughout the duration of her childhood. So she's been programmed and raised to believe that a man is the head of the household. What he says goes, and you are to follow and obey. And to this day, she is still with Jay-Z and still allowing Jay-Z to lead to a big extent, to the point to where she got rid of her father because Jay-Z told her to, hey, if I'm going to be with you, we're going to be together. I'm going to be the man. You're going to have to allow me to lead your career. You have to sign with me. You're going to have to be as of one with me. And she did that. Okay? And by Jay-Z, like Ike, being older, being street, being city, he used all of that to his advantage to get this young country bumpkin woman who did not know nothing about the world and life like he did. Okay? So, I just want to point that out to y'all in case y'all ain't thought about it. No difference than Jerry. And I'm going to share the screen with that. Because, again, a lot of y'all have selective accountability when it's been going on for years. Now, I thought this was very interesting, and they still have that movie to this day. 1989 film Great Balls of Fire with legendary singer Jerry Lee Lewis, who had a few relationships with his cousins, including his second cousin Jimmy Swaggart and his first cousin, once removed, Myra Gail Brown. So basically, Jerry Lee Lewis, like a lot of these men back in the day, he took advantage of his cousin. Okay? He got with her really, really young. Now, if this is not sick, I don't know what is, right? There is a film based off of this whole situation, and it's called Great Balls of Fire. If y'all ever want to look at it, I think it's on YouTube. And Dennis Quaid plays as Jerry Lee Lewis, and Winona Ryder as Myra Gail Brown. Okay, so in case y'all did not know, he had eloped with Myra Gail Brown in December 1957, the result of a romance that developed when he moved into the Memphis home of Myra's father, J.W. Brown, who was Lewis's cousin and bass player, according to his obituary. So, getting to her age, she was 13 years old. She was 13 years old when he preyed on her, when he got with her. She was his third wife, but where she stood out was she was 13 years old, and then she was his cousin at the time they got married. So whatever happened to her, Williams 78 said in 2016 that she's been right here the whole time, but she apparently no longer had a relationship with her notorious ex-husband after 2015. Okay, so I guess that's when they had divorced or whatever the case is. So, you know, Jerry, he died at the age of 87, during his passing, in which London inquired about the young girl in his entourage, who ultimately introduced herself as Jerry's wife. Lewis was 22 and Williams was 13, and the press came down hard on him when it was revealed that she was also his second cousin, and that Lewis was still married to his second wife, Jane Mitchell. That's, like I said, honey, men have been held from the beginning of time, okay? The revolution resulted in abrupt cancellation of Lewis's tour. He was blacklisted by radio and his earnings dropped overnight. Couples married young in his Louisiana hometown of Faraday, and he wed for the first time when he was 16 and has 7 wives over the course of his life. Jerry was a hot mess, honey. He continued to record music and perform in theater during the time and mounted a comeback after a decade later. When Jerry and I went to England, there was a whole lot of trouble going on. The press made me out to be a seductive Lolita, which was far from the truth as it gets. Remember, gossip is not gospel. Williams wrote on Instagram in 2015. So anyway, y'all, as y'all can see, this is something that's been going on from the beginning of time. Again, if you want more thorough information or more details regarding this marriage to Jerry Lee Lewis and his 13-year-old wife, check out the movie Great Balls of Fire. It's pretty good, despite the situation. It's really detailed and it goes into a lot as to what really, happened and what transpired. But you can look at her and tell she's a child. She is a child, and I tell you, it costed him a lot. It costed him his career. It costed him his success. So people never look. They didn't look at him the same. Okay. So he definitely paid the price for getting involved with that young girl. You know, who really didn't know no better, and nobody could really light her to the fire for it because she was a child. But Jerry Lewis knew goddamn well what he was doing. Same thing with Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley. These type of issues was pretty taboo, so a lot of people never really discussed it. And again, different factors played into certain men getting exposed. If you was a wealthy man, people overlooked it. You know, if you was wealthy, if you was famous, people didn't really hold you to the fire. You know, if you know, had some type of notoriety, you know, they gave you a pass. You know, in some instances, if you was a white man, you was given a pass. Certain men were given certain passes for certain reasons, you know, and we all know during that time, the Clorox community always got a pass on things. Our people, not so much, you know. But Elvis did it. Elvis did it with Priscilla. And kind of find out, in case you wasn't aware, Elvis also had an alleged love child, okay? Other than the daughter that y'all was aware of, that him and Priscilla had together. Matter of fact, I forgot her name. Let me get Elvis and Priscilla daughter. I forgot her their daughter's name. I know their daughter was married to Michael Jackson, Lisa Marie Presley. Amazingly, she passed before her father. And she was definitely a mama's girl. I mean, a daddy's girl for sure. You know, her mom had always looked really good for her age. So, at many times, nobody couldn't tell the daughter from the sister. You know, this is Lisa and her mom. You know, and from my understanding, Lisa always had a very, very strong bond with her father. She was a daddy's girl, and she was the only girl as far as we knew during that time. But come to find out, Elvis did end up having another child, allegedly, and she showed up to the book signing. I don't know Deborah Presley Brando. She's referred to as Elvis's eldest and possibly out of wedlock daughter. She married Marlon's son, the late Christian Brando. I only know this lady asked her Beverly Hills PR guy Ed Lawsey for spiritual seer why she knew Lawsey knew him. She then called Cohen twice. He said she knew some of my experiences with Elvis. We talked. She vented on assorted situations. I never gave her a reading. After a while, I just didn't answer whenever she reached out. He tells me I bring this up because at Priscilla Presley's recent book signing, Priscilla was in shock when Deborah showed up right in front of her. And one of her phone talks, Deborah had quoted her to me saying, I spoke to Lisa Marie Presley on the phone and Lisa told me you mean nothing to me in my life. Cohen said he'll take a lie detector test too. All this being Deborah Presley Brando's own words. He said she's even written a book that's out. Only not in bookstores. So where it is, this I don't know. I do know she spells her personal close PR man Lawsey as Lawsey. So basically, you know, I'm gonna see if I could pull up a picture, you know, and see if I can do that. See what her name was. Because I know she just stated her name. So I'll make sure I put that in there. But, okay, the late Christian. Okay, so anyway, Deborah. Okay, that's what it was. And it was something simple. Okay. Alright, so 2 years later, March 1956, Deborah Delane was born as the King star was on the rise. She had her own suspicions, but her mama refused to confirm that Elvis was her biological father until August 16, 1977, the very day that Elvis died. So let's check out some pictures, y'all. Let's see if there's any resemblance. And she kind of does. I'm trying to see if I could find a side by side. Okay, so Elvis' Secret Kids. Okay, I do see some kind of resemblance. I'm trying to see. Oh gosh, especially this picture. Let me go here, y'all. Let me go here. Okay. Okay, so it's looking like Elvis. Desiree, let me see. Put with all the ads, y'all. Desiree Presley with her mother Lucy DeBarbin in 1987. A woman who supposedly striking resemblance to Elvis is claimed to be his daughter by her mother. Desiree Presley's mom, Lucy DeBarbin, says her daughter is a love child from an alleged 24-year-old affair. She claims she met Elvis in 1953 when he was an 18-year-old just starting out in the music industry. So I didn't know about this one. I just knew about Deborah. Of course, all these freaking pop-up ads. So I'm going to come out of there because it's just doing the most. Okay, but I'm trying to find an actual side-by-side. That would be great if I could just find one. Let's see if I can find one. So basically, I couldn't get any real valid pictures, but what I can say is that, Elvis was, not an innocent individual, and that's my whole point that I'm making, is that you have a lot of these older guys out here who don't think they got pedophile tendencies, and they do. So I'll jump off the Elvis bandwagon for a minute because I couldn't really find something solid on that. But if I do, I'll post it in my community tab. So that's why all of this is alleged, right? Now check out your boy Marquise Houston, okay? If you remember the group Immature from back in the day, or IMX, he's another one who has children from a young woman by the name of Maya. And they've been married since 2020, and since then have 2 children. Now you do know he's a Jehovah's Witness, okay? They claim they met in 2018 at a Jehovah's Witness event and got engaged March 19, 2019, just 5 months after they started dating. So they did end up welcoming their first child, their daughter Zara, in December 2021. And they kept the pregnancy journey private, and we know why, even though to this day, he's still feeding us this fracking bull that she was of age. Also, in December 2023, the couple welcomed their second child, son Grayston. So, Marquise was catching a lot of heat. If y'all don't remember him, he used to be on the Sister show with Tia and Tamara as Roger. Go away, Roger. To this day, he's trying to downplay it like she was a grown woman when he decided to get involved with her. There was many rumors circulating that her family really didn't want to deal with her once they kind of knew she was dealing with Marquise, which was older than her at the time. And this is one of them situations in which, you have these, again, older guys who prey on younger females, young women, little girls, okay? So I found an ad that kind of breaks this down a little bit more. Actor Marquise Houston, which is him and his young wife here, this is back in 2023, is pulling the heat again for the same reason he was in 2020. Back then, social media users weren't happy that he married his wife, Maya Dickey, when she was only 19 while he was 39 years old. Fast forward 3 years and a child later, and social media users still hold the same sentiments. Me and my wife's situation is a little different. Like, how we met through mutual friends and everything like that. He said, when I met my wife, she was 17. We had no, I guess, real conversation or real connection until, she was of age. Basically trying to downplay it. Like he didn't meet her at 17 and kind of groomed her. Sister actor also claims a version of Maya's birthday floating around online was wrong. However, social media users weren't buying it. Some argue that his behavior is still predatory, accusing him of having his eyes set on Dickie when she was underage and waiting until she was 18 to make a move. The also question what mutual friends he would share, with the 17-year-old. Makes sense. People don't understand it, and I got a lot of backlash for marrying someone else that was 19. For marrying someone that was 19, he continued. And when we finally, I can't read. And when we did finally start to talk, I was like, this woman is like me. And she was just. When I would talk to her, she just for one. We had a spiritual connection. And I feel like that's what the most important thing is. We both love God. We both love Jehovah. And that was the key. See, this is typical PDF file excuses. So, of course, this is their wedding picture and all of that. Leaves no stone unturned in regards to his life, including. Now, he also stated this. Keep in mind, as of 2021, Maya was 22 and Houston is 41. Significant age difference. I mean, bro, come on. We know that you got her at a young age. Okay, she was a child. Marquise Houston marries younger woman. And I remember when he had the audacity to try to justify basically that he married a younger woman because women his age often come with baggage. The clubbing singer and former Sister 41 says. So that was his excuse. Basically saying single mothers with children are a red flag. All of this was an excuse. Basically trying to justify. Women his age come with baggage. Not understanding that you got women your age who don't have children. You have women your age who don't have baggage. You just intentionally opted after a younger female because you want a young woman who you can program, who you can manipulate, who you can raise and train to be a certain way with you. Okay? That was the whole bottom line. And there's several examples we can use. But I say all that to say this, right? When a man meets a young woman or a little girl, he has a lot of advantages over her. And with young women who get themselves in a situation as little girls or younger women, they are more than likely to tolerate way more than a woman being the age of these men during their encounter. In other words, there's a 13-year-old that'll take more crap off a 30-year-old man than a 28-year-old or 30-year-old woman would. Okay? Alright? So, Rashida, like Beyonce, like Tina Turner, who was married to Ike Turner for 16 years, like Elvis's wife. A lot of these young women become asphyxiated off of the experience. I mean, let's just be honest. These older men know what to do in that bedroom. You do not know what Kirk has been doing sexually to make Rashida so turned on to him, still sexually drawn to him. Now I know from the outside looking in, Kirk is not attractive to you. You may not see him as fine. You may not see him as chocolate Haagen-Dazs and all of that. But you got to realize she met Kirk when Kirk was damn in his early 20s. He was young. He still, had a six-pack. He had nice cars. Back then, he probably was eye-catching to a 15, 16-year-old. And we know Jay-Z ain't never been fine. The man always just been successful and definitely talented. Beyonce got with Jay-Z, or put it this way, Jay-Z got with Beyonce only because she was young and she took the bait because Sean Carter was Jay-Z. This multi-millionaire rapper who's famous, successful. You a young artist just kind of getting into the industry with a group because she's with Destiny's Child. And here it is, this multi-millionaire rapper named Jay-Z is interested in you. He picks you out of all the women he could have had. Let's not mention, Jay-Z also had been with Aaliyah. Jay-Z been with multiple young women. But again, we have selective accountability. Nobody talks about these outside children that Jay-Z got. Nobody talks about that. You know why? Because Jay-Z and Beyonce, they worship their image to the fullest. That is why Beyonce got rid of her dad when he had all of these scandals coming out about him with these side babies and stuff, because Beyonce worships perfectionists. She's a perfectionist. She worships having that perfect image. That's why you will never catch Beyonce doing interviews talking about adultery, affair, Jay-Z having outside children. She would never address these issues. Now, ironically, Jay-Z has done interviews in which he has been transparent about hurting a woman you love, hurting a woman you should value, and who you should appreciate. He's been pretty transparent about it. He doesn't talk about it a lot, but he's been, a little bit forthcoming about it. But I say all that to say this, a lot of these older men, they intentionally opt for young women because they know young women don't know no better. And when you've been with an older man the majority of your life, he becomes like your father figure. Especially if that man has financially supported you, has taken care of you, has groomed you to be a certain way. He plays a major part. And even Rashida said out her own mouth. She said it. She said, Kirk is the reason I'm the woman I am today. And Beyonce has even a couple of times has paid homage to her husband, saying that he's the reason she's, continued to be successful this long. A lot of young women start to see their older husbands as father figures, as their strongest support systems. Granted, we see the cheating, we hear about, all the disrespectful shenanigans, but at the same time, these men played a very significant part. I know my husband, he's older than me, and he's shown me a whole lot in my youth than I've learned from any guy my age. He played a very significant part in me, learning how to do business and me learning how to conduct myself a certain way. A lot of these men play on that and they prey on that, and until a woman fully develops and gets to a point in which she realizes history should not define misery, meaning just because I've been with him such amount of years and he's been in my life since I've been a child, I should not have to keep tolerating and putting up with this level of disrespect until she mentally arrives to that place. This is something she's going to condition herself to dealing with. And like I said, there's many of them out there doing it. Y'all have selective accountability. Y'all pick and choose which celebrities and what men who you want to call out, and meanwhile you don't address others. And that is what really boggles me a lot about how the society and the industry works. And I can go on and on about this all day. If I left out any other points, I'll do a part 2. Nevertheless, y'all, hit that like button. Tell me what y'all think about this PDF pandering. Should we take it more easier on Jay-Z and just only blast Kirk? Or why is it we pick and choose certain men who do the same crap But for whatever reason, we just choose not to talk about it. We choose not to address certain people. Let me know y'all comment below, and we'll go into this another time. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all, ladies. Y'all continue to have a wonderful weekend. It's your girl, your diva knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Appreciate y'all for hanging out at the lounge. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Until then, take care. Have a good one.